A domestic abuse survivor who thought she was going to die in a brutal attack by her ex-boyfriend says the voice assistant Siri actually saved her life.
It's extraordinary. So while she was being assaulted, Emma-Louise Kelly shouted to her iPhone and asked it to call the police. So we won't repeat the exact phrase now because we don't want to falsely alert the emergency services if it goes off in your home. But 20 minutes later, the police were at her door and were able to stop the attack and arrest her abuser. And Emma-Louise joins us now. We also have Refuse, Head of Technology Facilitated Abuse, Emma Pickering, to talk to her as well. I mean, goodness me, Emma-Louise Kelly, you were in such a difficult position and this was literally life-saving for you. Tell us about the moments led up to it. You were having a perfectly normal meal, you thought, celebrating the new year and beyond, and things changed. Tell us how you felt things change.
Yeah, so we went out for a date night and everything was absolutely fine. He went home to take the car and we went to meet some friends for some drinks, and when he came back from that, he was just different. He was getting possessive and jealous about other people that were saying Happy New Year. He wasn't happy with any of it.
First time that had happened, or was it a regular pattern of behaviour?
Looking back now, there were red flags of him becoming more possessive and jealous and about things that he wanted me to wear and things like that. But on the night when he changed, I decided to go home separately from him.
Right. And then you got home and things escalated.
Yeah, I walked in and he just started to attack me verbally, and then it became violent. He was punching me, kicking me, strangling me till I passed out. And then his sexual assault after that followed, and it was horrific.
In your mind, you were feeling at this point, am I right in saying, this is it?
Yeah, I knew that I needed help. I didn't know how I was going to get that help because it was just relentless and I kept passing out, and all I could think about was my little girl and making sure that I was OK for her.
So what did you do?
So I shouted to my phone. I use it a lot when I'm busy, when I'm cooking, and I just say I ask it to send a message or to call a certain person, and so I was shouting for that to happen, and luckily it connected, and they literally came and saved my life.
It's incredibly brave of you to talk to us about this and to talk about how the technology in this case made the difference, because you know, I mean, just seeing you reliving the horror of that night, I mean, it's something that you feel you really strongly want to tell other people about.
Yeah, I want to raise awareness for the other men and women in those situations, and I want them to know that they can speak out and they can also use their phones in other ways to help them.
And the police came how quickly?
Within 20 minutes, they were there. Yeah.
And he was still there?
Yeah.
So they stopped it all. They stopped it kicking off, really. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I was only going to say that the only thought when I was hearing about your extraordinary tale that worried me in my mind is, you know, if he was aware of what you were doing, getting help, did you have any fears that might make him more violent in the short term? Or were you just so desperate you thought, I've got to do this?
So it was all happening, it was all a big blur and it all happened really quickly.
Yeah.
I was shouting to Alexa and to my phone.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it would work.
No.
I know that I use it to call my contacts and people, but I didn't know if it would work. It was sheer desperation.
And was he saying, stop that,
no,
or was it just a blur?
No, so if I didn't know it was going to work, he probably thought, well, it's not going to work, is it? But he smashed up all the Alexas just in case. But obviously, my phone, it was when I did find it, it was somewhere in the corner in the room, so it connected from wherever I'd shouted. Yeah.
We can talk to Emma Pickering, who's the head of Technology Facilitated Abuse for the domestic violence charity Refuge. And Emma, this is a story of technology, the use of, in this case, Siri, making a massive difference. You know, arguably saving Emma-Louise's life. But technology can help, but it can also be a challenge, a problem in abusive relations.
Yeah, absolutely. And in Emma-Louise's case, luckily, technology was there to save her life, arguably. But for many survivors, that simply isn't the case. Technology is used against them. It's weaponised. So sadly, we're seeing a rise in technology being used to stalk, monitor, harass survivors and also their children and extended family members as well.
Is it, though, to look at the positives for a bit before you give your warnings, is it good to advise people on how it might help them, though, like it was in Emma-Louise's case? Are there other things they can use to help too?
Absolutely. I mean, within our service, we always ensure that we advise survivors to stay connected and stay online. We gift them technology devices because we know quite often perpetrators will destroy devices, remove devices. And the same in Emma-Louise's case where, you know, her perpetrator had destroyed the Alexas within the home and the smart devices, trying to prevent her from contacting agencies or family friends for support. So we ensure that survivors can use these devices safely. We gift them the devices, we make sure that the Wi-Fi is secured, their accounts are secured, we help them set up safe email accounts and also make sure that they understand how to navigate features such as Google Assistant and Siri and toggle the features on so they can activate them and call them when there are emergencies.
Well, we had an example last weekend, didn't we? We were talking about this on the show. Last Sunday, there was an emergency alert from the government to every phone in the country. If you are somebody who has a secret mobile phone which your partner doesn't know about within an abusive relationship, the one thing you don't want is for that phone suddenly to make a big noise in the house at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. But there's things you can do, aren't there, to turn off those alerts, to turn off location services, so that if you want the phone or your whereabouts to stay private, you can.
Absolutely. It's why we did loads of media work at Refuge over the last few months to raise awareness, because we do give lots of devices to survivors because quite often their devices will be taken from them, they'll be monitored, tracked. So we need to ensure that they have that safe lifeline, that they can call agencies like Refuge and other agencies for support and they can stay connected to family and friends. That's really vital. So what we did was we raised awareness that if you have a hidden device within the home, we advise people to opt out of receiving those emergency alerts on the hidden device. So the notification wouldn't come through to that device and the perpetrator wouldn't be alerted to a hidden device within the home.
Emma-Louise, as Ed said, you're very brave to speak out, and I know you've done so because you want to offer hope to others that are suffering from domestic violence, don't you?
Yeah, I just want other domestic violence and just other people going through domestic violence or abuse to know that they're not alone and that there is help out there, like with the other Emma.
Yeah, with Refuge.
With Refuge, that's it. Yeah, they can reach out to the places and they shouldn't have to live in fear.
And you're doing better.
Very good.
Yeah.
Things
Getting
are going well
there.
now. And how's your daughter?
Oh, she's brilliant. She's lovely. She's thriving.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really,
Good.
really
Good. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Very strong. And if you've been affected by any of the issues we've been discussing or have questions, then you can find advice and support at itv.com/helplines.